at rookie Kenneth Walker, closing in on 1,000 yards rushing on the year. It's the Seahawks and the Chargers, and it comes your way next.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Two former division rivals in the old AFC West, the Seahawks and Chargers, are underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
They're hoping to get rid of that interception ball. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 13 carries, 110 yards in the score.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
Throwing on third down, Smith. He's got a man, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Might want to remember that third down play, 37 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this down to the 33. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, it's Walker. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Yeah, they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely.
Walker hitting the ball is out, and picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
From the 27, Smith. He'll find Metcalf. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. We're in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Smith. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing now is Geno. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. 2nd down and 7. To throw is Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. And I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we...
Charger football to start quarter number 2. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too.
Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's James. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough. A rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly. They've won a few in the years following. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Herbert throwing again. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Chargers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Herbert has it knocked free.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. It's complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. 3 yards remain for second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. This offense hoping to change that right here. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. Herbert back to the air. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Herbert, third and goal. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring a free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drill.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Amon-Ra St. Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. So here are the Chargers to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Now it's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Now Geno. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards that time for number 14. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He'll get this to him. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here's Walker to start the drive. Asante Samuel Jr. there finding his way to the ball for a stop and a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Geno.
He's going to get this complete here to Lockett.
30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Seahawks get a bit closer.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Open man right side is St. Brown. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Herbert. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Amon-Ra St. Brown with a 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate. It was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Now Geno on 1st down.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39. Throwing is Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Again, Smith. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Smith on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Smith on 1st down.
They'll get this out wide to Penny. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Back to throw, Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Seahawks are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Running on first down, Eckler. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down, Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 2nd and 11 now. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 57 yards on the ground for him so far. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels, they take the ball away, they change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels.